So recently we received a comment on one of our videos that read,
I see a lot of people claiming to help small businesses get grants. Can you do a detailed video on grants and who is legit?
well, Brenda, thank you so much for reaching out to us, and this video is for you. Now to everybody else, welcome back to the Fund and Grow channel, where we deep dive into all things business and finance. I'm Zach Ritchie, and today we're going headfirst into the world of business grants. Now we're going to cover what they are, how they work, and how you can access actual free money to fund your business. Now get ready, because we're jumping right in. So starting at the very beginning, what exactly is a business grant? Well, these grants are offered by the US government and other organizations directly to small business owners. And the main goal of a business grant is to promote entrepreneurship. So often business grants don't require repayment, but securing the funding can be highly competitive. And they require applicants to meet certain criteria and adhere to strict requirements. Basically, business grants are almost like a scholarship for businesses. The government or other organizations give you capital to start or grow your business, and you can spend it without having to repay it back to them. It's basically free business funding. So now that we've established the basic terms here, how do they work? How does a business grant actually work? Well, like scholarships, your business has to be eligible to apply. The eligibility requirements could be anything, and they're usually pretty specific, which can make it difficult to be eligible for them. They could have restrictions based on how you plan to use the funding, how old your business is, what industry your business is in, what your finances look like, what's your market demographics, and a long list of many other things. Now, while business grants are typically not required to be repaid, they are often taxable. Details on the tax payments of different grants can usually be found on the business grant agreement, or the funding organization can provide tax information if it's not explicitly stated in the agreement. Now, the IRS and the State Department of Revenue websites actually provide information on tax responsibilities as well. As a general rule of thumb, it's good to set aside a portion of the grant to cover the taxes. Keeping clear financial records can help you prepare for this, and tax deductions may also be available on business grants, which may be worthwhile if they're applicable to your business. Now let's look at the type of business grants out there. First of all, we've got federal grants. Now the primary source for federal grants can be found at grants.gov. As of August 2023, over 900 grants were available to small businesses on grants.gov. Now the SBA, the Small Business Administration, offers two main programs designed for companies building innovative solutions in their field. The Small Business Innovation Research Grant, or the SBIR program, is for businesses that are working for nonprofit organizations or universities that drive innovation. Each year, it awards $3.2 billion in funding for grants that range from $50 grand to $750 grand apiece, depending on the phase of the research project. In some cases, grants awarded may be in the millions. The second primary grant program is the Small Business Technology Transfer Program, or STTR. Just like the SBIR, it awards grants to businesses working with nonprofits, including academic institutions, that are designed to bring advanced technologies to market. Each year, $453 million is allocated for these programs. You've also got state grants. Now, many states in the US offer a variety of grant options. Even the Chamber of Commerce can be an excellent source to learn what options are available near you. Now, these grants are usually industry focused, with goals of promoting job creation and aligning with economic development. To find grants in your state, go to usgrants.org and select your state. Then if you scroll down, you'll find a list of grants that are available as long as you meet the requirements. There's also municipal grants. Now these grants are awarded at the city or county level. They usually don't require a research component, but may be more readily available for those supporting job creation and innovation. These grants are also helpful for businesses aiming to expand into international markets. To find these, you can go to your county website and find their grants tab to see what's available to you. We've also got corporate grants. Now many companies offer small business grants. For instance, the FedEx Small Business Grant Contest awards $30,000 in funding to companies with fewer than 99 employees, and the National Association for Self-Employed awards $4,000 in grants to its members for business development activities. Verizon also has a grant program that awards $10,000 throughout the year to small businesses and free resources and discounts on items that you may need for your business. You can typically find these grants by just searching online, and they'll pop up all over. There's also nonprofit organization grants. Now, nonprofit organizations and foundations may also offer grants. They're usually granted to businesses who fall into particular minorities. Some examples of organizations that give grants like these include the Bank of America Foundation, Barnes & Noble Booksellers, and the Capital City Bank Group Foundation. You'll just have to research what's available to you in your area and if you meet the requirements. And once you start researching grant options, you got to read the details to see if you qualify. Often, the application will state requirements covering the number of employees, annual revenue, where the business is registered, and grant objectives. Many federal grants require a small business to partner with a nonprofit nonprofit organization, which is also important to consider depending on the type of grant that you are applying for. And when applying for grants, it's important not to put all your eggs in one singular basket. Depending on what type of grant you apply for, it may be more difficult to not only qualify, but to actually be awarded the funds. So for instance, receiving a federal grant is the most competitive, but the amount awarded may be larger. Grants coming from city or county level as well as corporate grants may be less competitive, but the award amounts may be smaller as well. Ultimately, you shouldn't rely solely on grants to fund your business because they aren't easy to come by. Instead, look into loan options or maybe zero interest business credit, which will probably be the second best thing to a business grant. Because although you have to pay back the amount that you borrow, at least you aren't paying any interest or fees for using those funds in your business. And business credit is readily available to all business owners with hardly any restrictions on how you can use the funds or what industry is eligible. We actually have a full training on how you can access up to $250,000 of zero interest business credit, and I'll link that down in the description for you to check out. There you have it, folks, your ticket to unlocking the world of business grants. We hope that you found this video helpful and informative. If you did and you want to keep up with more insightful content on entrepreneurship or funding and business growth, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way you never miss it when we drop a brand new video every single week. As always, thank you so much for joining me in this video. I'm Zach Ritchie, and I'll see you in the next one.